Apologies. Welcome. Happy Saturday. We are going to start in about 2 minutes. Okay, so it is like my first time scheduling an event on Eventbrite, so I am just checking if everything is working, and I feel like I will find out once we are finished with this live, but that's fine. Anyways, thank you for joining me. As you can hear, I have a little bit of cold. But I'm feeling good. I think my voice is just like keeping or like holding it while recovering, but like I'm all good, all fine, and with energy again. So that's great. So yeah, you can hear it on my voice, and also my eyes are a little bit glassy. But everything else is great or good. Of course, like when we are recovering from cold, it takes some time. But today we are not here to talk about my cold. Today we are here to give you a taster session, a taster mindfulness session. Now, this is live stream, so unfortunately it's not in a group setting, which would be like the best if we met either in person as a group or on a Zoom as a group. However, I'm doing these taster sessions that are just like less than 30 minutes to just give you an idea if you even want to join a group session, because in case we haven't met yet, my name is Barbara and I support people living and working abroad to achieve their goals while maintaining their well-being. And I am a coach and I am a mindfulness teacher, and I do introductory 6 weeks programs for expats that and these programs are mindfulness based and are around well-being and how mindfulness can be supportive. But yeah, like 6 weeks, it is a commitment, it is a lot of work, and let's be honest, not everyone finds mindfulness practices that I'm going to teach the most helpful, and they will prefer yoga or something totally different, and that's fine. So that's the reason why I'm offering these taster sessions, to just provide you with some idea how each of my 90-minute sessions in a group setting will look like. And yeah, of course, in the 90 minutes we can cover much more. Here, what I'm going to do, especially today because it is Saturday, and I just want to give you this invitation to be present and be more conscious about you and your environment. However, if we did the 90-minute sessions, then we would more talk also about like stress physiology. And I'm sorry, I just like in my head, physiology sounded like philosophy. And so then I was like uh, debating in my head whether I said it correctly or not. So yeah, like we talk more about like the theory, but also like adding it more into the practice, and it's like more complex. But yeah, studies show that as little as 3 minutes of practicing mindful moment can be helpful and has results for your everyday lives, and to help you to with managing stress and to stay stronger when things get sideways. And if you live abroad, you know that there are ups and there are downs in on day-to-day basis, and we need to be strong, resilient, and while being also really efficient while achieving our goals, whatever that means for you, whether it is to lose weight or run a marathon or in your career. But yeah, that would be enough talking. What I want to do today is to help you, or to provide you an idea how you can also create a mindful moment in your day-to-day life, with a mindfulness practice that is um, going to be while having your eyes open. Because like, when I say mindfulness meditation, what do you probably visualize? It's probably sitting with legs crossed, and um it doesn't have to, like, mindful practice doesn't have to be. There are some practices lying down, movement, or sitting, but it's always your choice whether you close your eyes or not. And today, I am consciously going to guide you while having your eyes open to just become aware of your environment. So, if you feel like you would like to join me while I'm guiding, then you're more than welcome to do so. The practice is going to be for about, let's say, 10 minutes. So it is a shorter practice, and you can do it anytime when you feel like you need to get back to your own momentum in life. So we are going to start in about a second. And so the invitation is to find a position that is comfortable for you. And that can be either sitting, standing, or perhaps lying down. I am going to stay sitting so that I stay in front of the camera, but also so that I can look around myself while still having the support from the chair while sitting. But it is totally up to you if you're standing or laying down, and placing or like becoming aware of your both feet on the ground, and perhaps becoming aware of this rooting between your feet and the ground, or socks or shoes, and just being aware of the feet touching the ground, the floor. If you're lying down, then perhaps noticing the whole, uh, let's say, back, legs, and your back and your head is touching the floor, the yoga mat, the mattress. So becoming aware of any touch points with the ground, perhaps with the chair, if your back. Perhaps straightening your posture a little bit if that's comfortable for you. Perhaps bringing some movement if that's comfortable for you. So even though I'm going to guide you through this practice, you are always your own master, and you know the best what you need right now. And taking one intentional deep breath in and out, if that's comfortable for you. And then coming back to your own natural rhythm and becoming aware of you sitting, standing, lying down here in this room, or perhaps if you are sitting, standing, lying down outside in the garden, in the park, in the woods, then just becoming aware of your environment around you. And perhaps starting with noticing objects with like choosing one color and finding the objects with the color. So for example, I am choosing the color red. I'm looking around in the environment and looking for any objects with that color. Okay, noted. And then perhaps choosing another color and finding 3 objects with this color. All right. Now choosing one last color and finding 3 objects with this color. All right. So now choosing one object, doesn't matter what it is, it's your choice, and just choosing that object and just looking at it as if it was for the first time. So bringing this perhaps beginner's mind to just like looking at the object and first noticing the color, and then perhaps any material, pattern, perhaps noticing the shape of the object. Is it big or small? Does it have rounds, edges, corners? Is the object, let's say, smooth, or does it have wrinkles? Is it made of what material is it made? Fabrics, plastics, paper, or perhaps mixture? And observing it as if you saw it for the first time. So at first we look at it and we were able to name the object, but when continuing looking at the object, perhaps noticing more and more details, perhaps noticing the shapes that are on the object, or perhaps the object is creating some shapes because of the sun. So it's like being curious about this one object and being open to what else is there to notice about it. And if your mind wanders, that's totally fine. It happens to all of us, and it's part of the practice too. So, as soon as you notice that your mind were somewhere else, perhaps it wandered somewhere to memories that you have connected with this object. Once you notice that, just bringing it back to simply just observing the object. Perhaps if it helps somehow, moving yourself perhaps like closer to the object or further away, so that you have like different angles of that object, either small object or big object. Now you can continue observing this one, the one that you chose, or perhaps taking one moment and looking around you and choosing another object. And then again with the beginner's mind, as if you saw it for the first time, noticing whatever you can notice and just observing the object, uncovering the layers perhaps, or noticing what you would, or like realizing that you noticed something that you would normally not see. And then whenever you're ready, expanding your awareness from that one object to the rest of the room, looking around you, noticing all the colors, shapes, perhaps becoming aware of any sounds around you, or perhaps smells. And yeah, that would be it for the mindfulness practice that you can do to become aware of the environment around you, which can be helpful in difficult situations, because when we are in a difficult, stressful situation, our body starts to focus only on how it can survive. And so we tend to overlook the small details, or we tend to overlook to be even aware of where we are at, because we want to just like keep doing so that we can get over it. And so this becoming aware of what's actually present in a moment around the environment, it can be beneficial to help you to create a pause, to ground you, and to go from there, to respond then to the situation more mindfully. Now, ideally, mindfulness practices should be, or ideally, mindfulness practices are to be practiced every day. So, like from this practice, you won't get as many results. So, you can either check some other of my short practices, or you can find something on the internet that's helpful for you. As I said at the beginning, perhaps yoga and mindful movement is what is something that is supportive for you and you find it beneficial. My only advice here is to experiment and to see what's working for you and whatnot. And I am really happy that you were here. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next week. Bye.